What's up, y'all? Welcome to episode 4 of The Last Lap, where I'm gonna be giving y'all a race recap and then my high and my low for the week, and then I will finish off the episode by doing my Q&A that I talked about in my last episode. I'm gonna be answering one of y'all's questions that you left in the comments. If I don't get to your question, please leave yours in the comments of this video and I will get to it next week. And then I will finish off the episode, as I always do, by talking about what's coming up next, which will be ACCs, not this weekend, but next. So I went into the race weekend after my two first 70-mile weeks of my entire life, so I was definitely a little tired. I had actually been kind of sick for the whole week leading up to it. Not sick enough to where it affected my running at all, but just like a little bit where it was annoying. And the 2 days right before the race, it was actually, my throat was swollen in the way where it like hurts to swallow. And every time I went to sleep, I was like so tired. We left here Wednesday morning. I ran my 7 easy miles and then we connected through Chicago. I actually posted a few different race weekend recaps, breakdown of each day on my Instagram and my TikTok. If you want to go watch those, I did a little voiceover. But we connected through Chicago, and then whenever we landed in Madison, I went straight to bed on Wednesday night and slept 11 hours. So I was definitely tired. My body definitely needed the sleep, but we raced Friday morning at 11. So Thursday was just a day to go to the course and run the course, see what it's like. I actually had run it last year too, but for some reason I actually really couldn't remember anything from the trip from the year before. But as always, we always go to the course and run it the day before. So we got to do that. It was our first 6K of the season, which will be the distance that we race for the rest of the year. So that was nice that we got to kind of get that out of the way and know what that feels like going into the rest of the postseason. But yeah, we did the shakeout on Thursday. My dad actually came to visit, so I got to hang out with him a little bit on Thursday before we went to our team dinner. We went to this super cute dinner place called Dolce Villa Dolce, and it was like a bakery in the front and a restaurant in the back, and they were playing music. They had the best gluten-free pasta ever. It was so good, and this delicious beet salad that both me and Coach Rhett got. So would highly recommend if you're ever in Madison, Wisconsin, to go to Villa Dolce. But that was a super great dinner, and then we went back to the hotel and we did our normal pre-meet talk about our plan and going over the course again, getting our bibs, pinning them on our jerseys, all of the normal pre-race traditions. Our race was at 11 a.m. on Friday, so we woke up at 7 a.m. on Friday, did our little shakeout, and then I got ready and we headed over to the course around 9 a.m. and it was pouring and freezing cold. It wasn't actually that cold, it was 50 degrees, but it was very windy, and whenever we all left, we were shivering. But I had gotten like some ear covers from Target the day before we went to get groceries, so that was helpful, even though I threw them off during the middle of the race and lost them. But anyways, whenever we got to the course, it was nice because we got to stay in the van for like 10-15 minutes and just stay out of the rain for as long as we could. Then we went to the tent and unloaded our stuff. I put my feet up like I always do. And then at 10 a.m. we went to go do our warm-up. Got to warm up on the course because we were the first race, which we were super grateful for because by the last race, everyone was covered in mud. It was so muddy. But yeah, we went off at 11 a.m. and I honestly wish I'd gotten out in a better position from the beginning of the race. There were 272 girls in this race, so it was literally a stampede going out. And I kind of got caught in the middle, and I wish I had gotten just more in the front group and just stayed with them for it. But I ended up finishing, I think my place was like 103rd, which this field every year is very well known for having most of the top teams in the country and being very representative of nationals. I was happy with that place though, like definitely wanting a lot more for myself, mainly just taking perspective and comparing my time to last year. So this time, which was in the freezing cold rain, compared to last year, which was normal weather, I actually ran the course 1 minute and 20 seconds faster than I did last year. So obviously that is a little win that I'm, letting myself celebrate, but definitely want a lot more for myself. I think that I could have been smarter race strategy wise from the beginning and just been more relaxed and more confident and putting myself in that position, trusting my fitness, trusting I could be there. Obviously I was a little sick and there are always gonna be little things going on, but I think that was a really good learning lesson for me going into ACCs and just making sure that I'm really intentional about those very little race strategy tactics that you only have a few seconds to make that decision and it can change the whole race. So it was actually super fun because it was the first race that I've ever raced the whole time with one of my teammates. I was with my teammate Charlotte from basically beginning to end, and that was our plan going in. Obviously, it makes the race so much more fun and so much easier just knowing that you have your teammate next to you and you race and train with them all the time and just making you feel calm and confident that you can be there. So overall, a solid weekend. It was actually a really good weekend for the team in general. My high for the week is that we ended up beating UNC. That was really fun, and it was just a really big step for our team. It's something that is a really good gauge because they're an incredible program and all of those girls are super talented. So I don't think we've ever done that in my career here at Duke. So that was definitely a big step. That was exciting. And then my low for the week was actually that I didn't wear socks for the race, which I started doing during steeplechase last year, and I enjoy it during track season, but I didn't wear socks because it was raining, but my foot, basically on my arch, basically just split open. I'm not even sure what happened, but I finished the race, took my spike off, and I just showed my trainer and I was like, oh my gosh. It's probably like an inch long, just like slice. And my trainer was like, that's deep. Thankfully it doesn't hurt when I run, but I know I'm just really putting my body in the hurt locker right now, but I've been doing everything I need to take care of it, so hopefully that heals up within the week. Lastly, for my Q&A, before I tell you about what's coming up next, the question that I'm gonna do was about my threshold doubles. When I started doing them, why I started doing them, and how I like them. And I actually started doing threshold doubles probably about a year ago now with Coach Rack, and it was something that we started implementing going into outdoor season. And I only do it on Tuesdays, so we'll do a more aerobic effort in the morning, and then in the afternoon, what a double threshold is it's a double workout in one day. So when I go to my double run, I'll do like 6 by 3 minutes at 6:15 pace or whatever that threshold effort is, and then 60 seconds rest in between. So it's broken up, it's a little bit more of a fartlek kind of style workout, and I actually love the way it makes my body feel. I think it helps me flush things out more instead of just going on a 3-mile slog in the afternoon, and I do feel like I've seen a lot of aerobic benefits from it. That being said, I don't feel like it's something that I would have wanted myself to be doing in high school. I think it definitely is a lot on your body in one day and could definitely be a little bit more risky on the injury side because you're doing so much work in one day, but we built up to it slowly and I really do love incorporating them now. So we've been smart about it. You know, when I did my 2 70-mile weeks, I didn't do the threshold doubles because you want to make sure that you're not increasing intensity and volume at the same time. So just being cognizant of how much of a toll it takes on your body is big, but I do really like the aerobic benefit that it's given me. And I think it's helped me be a lot stronger and feel better in both workouts and racing for sure. So yeah, if y'all have any other questions, leave them in the comments and I will get to those in the next video. But to wrap it up, what I've got coming up, I'm gonna just be doing a probably 65-mile this week, lots of rest and recovery, and it's actually fall break, so I don't have class Monday or Tuesday, but I do have 2 midterms this week in my 2 computer science classes, so I've been doing a lot of studying and tutoring just to make sure I'm in a good spot for those. And then we are off this weekend, so just do a normal long run. And then next weekend, we have ACCs, which will be at Florida State. I'm trying to convince my sister Julia to come watch, but it's a beautiful course, it's flat, and I'm super excited. We actually raced it a couple of years ago too. I think it was 4 ACCs, so I've run there before and I love the course, so very excited for that. And a last little teaser is that I actually did a Therabody giveaway with my team last week. It's what I was talking about of my surprise in the last video. I got a bunch of really cool footage, but I gave all my teammates a Theragun, which is something that I've known was in the works ever since I signed with them. So I've kind of had to keep it a secret, and I'm so excited that I finally got to do it, and I'm finally getting to share it with you all. So stay tuned for that video coming soon. But yeah, that's all I have for episode 4. If you have a race coming up, good luck. You got this. Deep breaths. Trust your training. If you don't, hope you have an amazing week, and I'll see you next Sunday. Stay salty.
Peace.